I guess. Wait, have I got a queue pop? Ignore that. Ignore that, ignore that, ignore that. Okay, wait. Should I record this, maybe? Before I put it down? Maybe I should record it. Oh, actually, I could just use the VOD, right? I just use the VOD. I'm just gonna go like this. I think everybody does a tier list like this anyway, right, Vig? You know, otherwise you'd be like, I don't know. Do the intro and stuff? Bro, I don't even know how to do an intro, man. I don't even know how to do an intro. Maybe I could record an intro elsewhere. Is this for RBG? It will be, yeah. I won't do like arena one. I am not enough into arena, but what I will do actually. What I will do is take Lontar's and Raiku's tier list into consideration when it comes to rating someone the lesser specs. Right, because if they're like good in arena, doesn't mean they're bad in RBG, right? But you have to... I have Bobby and I'm okay at RBGs. I'm currently on a no-carb diet. This is my list for playing Blitz. I mean, I could record an intro separate, right? And then just plug them in together, all. Because, like, I don't know. Okay, let's start anyway. So, this is my BG Blitz tier list for War Within. Let's go. Oh, God. Okay. I have Warlock, I think, the best Warlock spec right now, is it? It is. It's the best Warlock spec right now, currently. For Arena, it does good damage. Hellstones, easy. A tier. It's not so mobile. Gate is good, though. Maybe I want to put it in a low S tier, maybe. Hey, guys, BOBYDK. I will be doing a tier list on my predictions. What would be good? War Within. Oh, okay. That's like an entire script. But, like, I panicked so hard. I'm just going to send the VOD in, I guess, as a YouTube video. Okay. It's nothing much to it. Warlock does good. Warlock does really good DPS.
I'm panicking.
Yeah, don't panic.
No, I am, because I'm going to lose my job.
Maybe I'll have to do it off stream as well. Music a bit loud for talking, or is it? I'll turn it down. It's fine. The music's not getting recorded, but the sound alerts will be. So if you... Maybe I'll have to do one myself. God, I'm so bad at this. This is why I don't... Maybe this is my thing, right? With being bad at doing this sort of list stuff.
Every now and then you want to knock it up
This
a
is why I
notch
don't
with a
like doing
blast
it,
from
dude.
your Spice Weasel. Damn!
Yo, Roldy, how you doing? How you doing? You all good? You all good? I just recorded... Yeah, absolutely, mate. Could do this. TLS for PvP. PvP, BG Blitz. You'd definitely be in home bargains if you weren't for Twitch. Come on, big lad, own it. I wouldn't be in home bargains, bro. No, I'd be on site, probably, Cass.
Oh, stop it!
I'd just be back to doing site work, probably. If I weren't doing Twitch, I'd just do site work or until I found my accountancy stuff. Why the fuck would I go home bargains? Okay, Arcade Mage. Not seen a lot of it. It can be good. But how impactful? I mean, it's annoying, right? But it doesn't do a lot of damage. It doesn't... I guess I'm gonna put it like a B tier maybe, or C tier. I think I'm gonna put it in a C tier. It's not crazy good. It doesn't stall all that well. It's not crazy DPS from what I've seen. So it doesn't have much team fight impact. It's just generally annoying. It's generally annoying. You know, goes to... You can't BG bits on retail. There's for War Within, yes. It'll be for War Within, dude. There's no rated until season 1. Retail sounds like brutality. Yeah, retail work is horrible. Never, 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 never. Fuck that. I'd rather lay curbs for a living. Let's go. Easy, dude. Easy. I mean, it's mental. Okay. So, Arms Warrior. Again, it's pretty good though in Arena, right? I played versus one earlier. But again, it's not much of an objective class. It has a bit of mobility. Does good damage. I feel like I'm gonna put it in B. I feel like I'm gonna put it in B for now until I filter out some more classes until I decided. Sitting with my 70 boost ready for when I was S+. Kappa, I mean, that's just insta-list. That's already insta-list. Focus. I'm gonna do the tier list on stream, and then maybe I'll just redo it as a recording after stream. Maybe I do a re-recording after stream, because then at least that way that I can put it on YouTube. You know, I just need to I can make a thumbnail because I got like thumbnail thing now, so it's pretty OP. I can do that myself, and then yeah. Okay, as Rogue, best class in game. No, I'm kidding. I mean, it does good bleed damage. It's pumping. It's Rogue, so it has all the objective stuff, I guess. Like blind, just inking bases, being able to team fight. As is just generally OP. So yeah, it's S+. It just has so much impact across the map. You know. Now. Okay, Ardrid. What are we saying about Ardrid? What's everybody saying about Ardrid? What are we looking? Impact-wise, Ardrid's pretty good, right? Because, like, stealth is OP. We have to remember that stealth is OP, right? We have to remember stealth is OP. So, in terms of impact, S+ tier, I think, like, S tier is pretty good for it. Because it can do more than just heal, right? It has great mobility, so it can move around the map. So, it can make up for, like, mistakes and stuff really quickly. Or, like, react. The only thing I would say is it can be killed, like in a stun, kind of easily in a BG setting. Like it can be tanky, but like if it doesn't have skin or like a trinket, it kind of dies. If people hit it, you know. If it's like healing everybody, it's not hot itself, and it just gets stunned, and it covers the other healer, it can kind of die, right? Unlike Dragon or Mistweaver that has like abilities you can use in a stun, Druid really can't. It can use skin, but that's it. So I'm gonna put it on S because like. Stealth is really relevant, right? It's really OP. Okay, BM Mana. It's rated lowly in Arena as well. So, I feel like it's just going to be... It could be... I feel like it's kind of bad, right? It does everything the same normal hunters do. You can ink bases and stuff, you can defend. But if it does no damage as well, it's just kind of useless, right? It has a bit of impact on objectives, but in terms of like, what was it, 2 out of the 5, 6 maps maybe? It's going to be low impact. Like if you think of it, Temple, Warsong, no damage means you do nothing. It's only good for 2 maps out of like, what was it? Twin Peaks, Warsong's the 2 FC maps, Silver Shard, the new BG, Temple. So it's like 2 out of 7 maps, right? So for this, like, it's just awful, dude. I don't agree with Locke. Nah, I think Locke is fine. Locke does good damage, but it's not objectively... I might change it, right? But it's not objectively, like, crazy. You know? Hellstone is good? Yeah, I know Hellstone is good. So it could go up. I think it has to go S tier because I have to rate the other Warlock specs lower. Maybe. But it's not as like awful objectively. It just wants to be in teamfight, right? Which honestly for BG Blitz, it's not that good, right? Evoker Devastation, I haven't got there yet. I'm going through the list. Blood DK, hold on, I need to... I'm just gonna make tank tier separate, I think, because tanks only queue against each other. Because tanks only queue against each other, I feel like you should rate tanks like best to worst, you know? So I will do tanks at the end then. Because like I feel like if you just do tanks right here, they're always gonna face each other, right? So which tank is gonna be like the one you're gonna go, okay, great, I got this tank, and which one's gonna be the worst? No. Okay, let's just do Demon Warlock. Again, probably D tier. like BM Hunter. Doesn't do much damage in a BG setting. You know, has pets it can defend. But other than that, without the ability to do damage, it kind of stinks. It kind of stinks. And it's also rated really badly in Arena as well. Like, yeah, it just does nothing really. It's just low impact. Oh. Okay, Destro. Everybody is mid. I guess they put it here then in C tier. Same as Arcane. It just has the same shortfalls as like these other classes, right? All these classes that are in like B, they're kind of like in a position where there's other classes that do better because of the utility and stuff, right? So they're like their only good means usually would be just damage. Don't make me and Windy angry. You think having tank tier is bad? But I was gonna list it like best to worst tank in sense of like if you had like for instance if I did it like this, right? You'd be like BOBYDK is the best tank, and then like so on and so forth, right? So I'm just gonna rate tank because tanks always queue against tanks, right? I mean, you can just do. I mean, maybe that doesn't make sense. Maybe not. Okay, I could do the tanks and I could just leave them as thing. I thought it would just be better just have like tank tier like this, right? Because I feel like tanks only queue against each other. But if you wanted to do like tank tier, it'd be instant. It'd just be these two would be like this already. Because Brewmaster is really good for spinning, and it can FC really well on Warsong Gulch. BOBYDK. You gotta rate them as DPS? Alright, I'll rate them with the DPS then. I'll rate them with the DPS. Alright, okay, so like, I feel like Brewmaster is, from what I've heard, I feel like Brewmaster is better than BOBYDK. But I'm gonna put my bias on it. I think BOBYDK is better. I think BOBYDK can have more impact around the map. If it's not defending a base, it can move and get bases, where I feel like if you got a Brewmaster turn up to your base, you're just like, oh, okay, whatever. But if the Brewmaster's there first, before like the base gets like in-capped, then like it can hold the base for ages. But I feel like a BOBYDK can run around the map and have a bit more impact than a Brewmaster. Yeah. But like, I feel like Cogmogu as well, BOBYDK is pretty good. I feel like Silver Shard BOBYDK is really good. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to rate BOBYDK higher. I'm just going to rate BOBYDK higher than Brewmaster because I feel like you can do a lot. Because you just have DK utility. DK utility is a bit OP. Right? Grips, etc., etc. Yeah, it's good. Like, and just like helping other objectives, you know? As a BOBYDK can be good. Not just like spinning and holding a base and being really tanky. Because you can be a good FC as BOBYDK as well. Like, BOBYDK is pretty tanky. I remember I was doing a temple. I taught myself full. Yeah, exactly, right? But like, I'd be FCing on flag map anyway, as BOBYDK. So, yeah. Okay, Disc Priest then. Low mobility, but I heard good things about Disc. I've heard good things about Disc, right? Where people are saying it's like the second best healer. So, with that in mind, because Disc can be punished in the BG setting, right? Like, Priest can get really, like, stopped and, like, that can be impactful. I don't notice it that impactful in Blitz, though. If a healer's getting slowed comparatively to normal RPGs. So for that, I'm going to put it A, I think. For that, I'm going to put it A. Because it can be punished by it's not mobile, but it does a lot of healing. So you're not going to be disappointed in seeing a Disc, but the Disc player needs to be like pretty good at like moving and stuff. Because if he gets caught, like say for instance by a DA or something, then that's when you're like your team could be in trouble. So I'm going to put it on A. Basically, it does a lot of healing. If you get like Silver Shard or Temple, you're going to feel comfy with a disc, right? But I feel like it can get punished if it gets caught out of position, which is like, positioning is like one of the big factors for like BGs. Yeah, we'll do. I feel like BGs are... Priest can also get... Yeah, I know Priest Grip is good, right? But it's obviously the same as Prez. But because positioning is such a big thing for BGs, this can get punished. This can get punished by like having bad positioning, you know, or if he turns up to the wrong base, it's really hard for him to get to the other side of the map. Whereas like Druids, Evokers, Mistweavers can very much just go, okay, I need to react, you know? Discs have to like pre-move. So for that reason, it's a bit harder to play in BG settings, so I'm going to put it in A tier. Okay. How are we looking? Ellie has good mobility. It looks like it's doing good in an arena setting as well. Good damage. So impact-wise, the only thing is I'm going to rate it a little bit lower. Because if we assume that Mistweaver is good, then it knocks Ellie down a peg, right? With like how revival works and stuff like that, it knocks Ellie down a peg. If it still works, I'm pretty sure Ellie still works around Flame Shock and doing Lava Burst crits, right? And for that sense, like the amount of spells Mistweavers do, I feel like it knocks Ellie down from being S tier, just simply because of Mistweaver. Yeah, so that's my point with it, right? Okay. Enhancement Shaman. So let's see. So it's getting rated poorly in Arena as well. So for that reason, it's just gonna be bad. It's just bad. It's just gonna do the same sort of roles, facilitate the same roles. It's gonna try and kill people in team fights. It has good mobility, but you know, if it doesn't do good damage, it's not going to be useful, really. It's not going to be useful, really. Oh, a lot of people say it's struggling in Arena as well. So, yeah, for that reason, it as like it says, as the shortfalls of these like team fight classes, where like they're meant to team fight. So damage is everything for these type of classes, right? If they are doing really good damage, they get just pushed up. They just get pushed up. But they're not, right? So that's why they're like lower in the impact list. Okay, Feral. Feral's kind of cracked, actually. That reason comes up here. I think it might... It has the same sort of... Let's do this. Can I put it here? Has good impact, it has stealth. It has really good damage. So when you turn up to a base, you're like, okay, the Feral's open to me, it can kill you kind of quickly. It does like crazy damage, right? So it has a lot of impact around the map. I'm not sure if it has as much impact as a rogue. But it's definitely like, okay, God, the Feral will like kill me. And Feral got a lot of tankiness buffs, right? It has like a lot of defensive buffs, so it's doing really well now. It can stall a lot.
Every now and then you want to knock it up a notch with a blast from your Spice Weasel.
Bam! Oh, I might just do... So people can at least see the title for it, I guess. So with Feral being able to do a lot of like damage in a short period of time, being tanky, stealth, has a lot of objective impact, which just makes it rated up higher. I'm pretty sure, like, I'm pretty happy with Feral, I think, being in S tier. Right, Fire Mage. So look, how are they doing? Are they doing good damage in Arena? I haven't seen any on beta myself. People are rating it really lowly as well. I guess it just comes into this D tier again, where it just has low impact. You know, it doesn't do team fight damage, it doesn't kill people. Druid's looking good for BG, huh? Yeah, absolutely. Druid's always... You got the most OP thing about BGs in settings is stealth. Stealth like makes playing BG so much harder. For that reason, stealth is rated higher, you know? It's such an OP like objective asset, effectively. Because the ability to pick and choose where you turn up affects like games crazy. Like for instance, how many times have you gone into a BG and you're like, oh, okay, there's 2 rogues in stealth, we should double sit, and then both rogues turn up at like waterworks, and you're like, oh god, okay, we're DPS down now. So then your rogues, or like 3 people in stealth, you know. So you sit a healer, and then what happens is the 2 people turn up the team fight, the 3rd guy slows the healer. That ability to pick and choose where you are on the map is like godly. It's OP. That's why stealth is so OP in objective maps. It's just the ability to pick and choose where you can turn up and be like impactful. So back to Fire Mage, I guess. I've not really seen them. I've not seen much damage from them. They're rated poorly in Arena as well. So for that reason, it's just D tier. It's not good. It's just not good. Okay. Frost Mage. It stalls pretty well, right? I feel like good team fight damage. It can get shut down a little bit if it has to cast Glacial and stuff, but if it's just like Icelandsy, but I feel like it has to maybe go S tier because it's like God tier in Arena, right? But then it has 2 blocks. 2 blocks, so it could stall quite a lot. Does good team fight damage. Maybe not as much as Affy, but it does good teamfight damage. I've already seen it. It's not as impactful as Druid and like as Rest Druid or Feral, and maybe even Warlock. Feel like Warlock has a lot of impact because of like Gate, Hellstone, damage. Those things, those utilities are like what put Lock higher than it. But I think like Mage being able to stall a lot for bases, have good teamfight damage, so it's never like, you know, like ignoring it. It has to be like, it takes a lot of focus. So that brings impact as well. Ice Wall, yeah, Ice Wall, Ninja Caps as well. I feel like Mage has to be like SD. He's doing a tier. Let's go. He's doing a tier list. RBG, I guess. It is an RBG one, Windy. I wouldn't do. Frost Mage is the best class in Arena. Yes, I'm just thinking of like impact for like BGs and stuff. Is it like the best? It's definitely lower than these, right? Because stealth is just too OP. Maybe I even do like this. But for like team fight, like if you had to pick up Frost Mage for team fight, it's really good. You know, you definitely be like, oh, okay, cool, we got a Frost Mage. That means we can kill people really easy. We can kill people really, really easy. Okay, Frost DK. It has really good utility, but the damage just isn't there. The damage just isn't there. It is good on pre-patch, but it's not good in Copium. It's not, bro. Like, I played Frost DK. I mean, it could be here, but it'd be a very low A or, like, kind of like here. Because, like, everybody has, what, 6, 7 million HP? And you hit, like, 1 million Obliterate tops. Postponed Fury? I'll show the list anyway. I'll re-record a video anyway and put it on my YouTube, I think. Yeah, exactly, Windy, right? So you hit 1 million Obliterate, which you have to invest all your cooldowns to hit, right? And people have 6, 7 million HP. That means you have to do 7 Obliterates to kill someone. Whereas on live right now, you hit 500k, like 400k, and people have 1.5 million HP. So it's a bit overtuned in pre-patch. So you need to hit, basically, where you have to do like 4 Obliterates to kill someone. Nice sandbagging. What do you mean sandbagging? Hello? Oh, ah. Sorry, I had to pick my cat up. I had to pick you up, didn't I? You come in the room, you had to get picked up. So, for that, I mean, the thing is, DK has really good utility. So that's why it's rated better than, like, Destro, Arcane Mage. They have, like, good utility. So even if you play Frost, right, you could still be useful in terms of, like, slowing, chainsing. Yeah, you just won't have as much, like, pressure if you need to kill people, you know? You will have pressure in the sense of, like, when you use your CDs, you'll get buttons, but it's not going to be as good as, like, just doing raw damage like Unholy. Like, as Unholy, you can hit the same as a Obliterate with a Death Coil, you know? You can hit the same damage. Like, I was hitting, like, 600k, 700k Death Coils. So you're worse than Blood, yeah, because Blood can have more impact on the map. Blood can have more impact on the map. Because of the tankiness, right? You could turn up to a base and spin 3 people. You can slow an entire team and they can't kill you, right? Whereas Frost, you can slow an entire team, but you can die. If you die, then they just walk past you, you know? Blood has that, like, little niches. That's why it can be more impactful. You can turn up to a base. You could do it as Frost as well, right? But the ability to, like, recover, slow, makes Blood DK better. Like, because you can't kill it. It's too hard to kill. Or you waste too much time, especially in Blitz, where mount speed is OP. You waste so much time trying to kill the Blood DK, you can't move then, right? So that's where Blood DK has more. If you kill the Frost DK, you don't lose too much time. But Blood DK stalls heavier, so that's why it's better. Okay, Guardian Druid. Because you wanted me to pause Fury Warrior, right? Okay. Guardian Druid. I've heard you say it does good damage. Nah, someone left? Okay. Let's do Fury Warrior then. Fury Warrior, it's S tier. It's like a godly melee, right? It's like a godly melee. It does big damage. So you're just killing people permanently. And the rule number 2 of WoW, you can't play the game dead. Or rule number 1. Sorry. Rule number 1 of WoW, you can't play the game dead. So if you're just on the GY, you're just automatically winning, right? It's the same as Frost Mage, right? Being godly, it's just doing so much damage. If people are just dead, you just kind of win, right? No. You didn't even accept A+. It's not like, the thing is, cannot be rule number 1? Alright, rule number 2, sorry. Rule number 1 is flame healers. Yeah. Rule number 1, yeah, rule number 1, definitely. Rule number 2 is they can't play the game dead. If they're on GY, that's why I'm putting it in S tier, to be honest, because like it just kills people. Just turns up, press buttons, kills them. Big damage. It's important to kill people at the right objectives, right? Now if a Fury Warrior turns up, the same as a Frost Mage turns up with big damage, easy. It's good then, right? Okay. Let's do Guardian. Stealth is OP. But what else does it do? Stalls a lot. And does a bit of damage, so it can maybe get a bit of impact. Windy's watching carefully. Yeah. I don't think it's A. C. I think it could be low B or C, probably, Windy, to be honest. I think I'm going to put it in low B because stealth is still OP. So you could still have impact on the map, right? You could just turn up for like an ink with your rogue, right? Because the partnership with rogue, if you just like double ink the guy quickly, you can get the base right really quickly, right? And then you can like spin it while your rogue leaves. That is kind of immeasurable a little bit. That's still OP. So having stealth is like good, right? And then you like spin and then you hold it for 15, 20 seconds and then it caps over while your rogue is going elsewhere. So enabling rogue is what makes Guardian good. But it doesn't do like, can you spin when CC'd? And the thing is then you don't do much on Temple, you don't do much on Silver Shard. Bark only. So it's not as like, so it's okay. But you don't do much. FC map you kind of get just killed, from what I've seen. The only effective maps you have. Yeah, but that's RNG a little bit, innit? But like, the only map really you have as a Guardian that you have big impact on is base maps, right? Being able to turn up, help with a ninja, and then like spin, so you're enables your team. That's it. To be honest.
Have you seen his core?
Yo, Igru, thanks for the sub, brother.
Weapon.
Thank you. First up of the day. Let's go. And stealth does have a big impact, right? So I'm gonna give it B because it can work really well with like rogue for picking up bases, and then you also stall then as well, right? They can't like take it back off you, and you enable the rogue to go elsewhere on the map. Okay. I just gotta check DH now. So DH, the same DH.
Every now and then you want to knock it up a notch with a blast from your Spice Weasel. Damn!
Arathon, thanks for the follow. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're all good. So as much as I want to do this, because DH is so good. DH is so good for Battlegrounds, right? I'm seeing it like being A tier and B tier in Arena. So DH has a great mobility. It has a lot of utility as well with Dark, Incap. Obviously a good array of stuns. The mobility to be able to peel off and help objectives. And it has a lot of sustain as well, right? In a BG segment, yeah, the solo aspect is really big, right? That's what I believe for DH. Because it can team fight. Maybe not as well as these two, for instance. Or these three. But it's... can see stealth as well. Yeah, exactly, right? It has so much utility as a class. It needs to be S tier. It will be definitely the lowest of the S tiers, I think. From my perspective. But it'll be S plus tier, I think. Yeah, exactly. And it has a really good skill ceiling, right? In the sense of you can stall so much. Like, a DH can hold a base 1v1, 2v1 for a long time. You know, ability to, like, cross-map. Z-axis is important as well. You know, ability to abuse Z-axis to cross the maps is crazy. Going LM, oh, right, GM needs help in 15 seconds. It can be there. You know? Leaves LM, it's crazy. So, I think DH for that has to be S+. It will be low S+. But definitely S+. It's an S+ class. It has too much for it to not be rated that high, you know? Okay. H-Bala, let's have a look. I think it's going to have to go C tier, I think. It's quite vulnerable in a BG setting. It's quite vulnerable in a BG setting. As in, like, if it doesn't get peeled, it can kind of die, like, in a few stuns. Easily CC'd. Yeah. And it's not doing the greatest HPS right now either. From what I can see in Arena and stuff. It's not doing the greatest there as well. So I'd say it's quite susceptible. So it can probably not the best, you know? So I'm definitely going to put it C tier. And I think I'm going to match that with Holy Priest as well. Again, it's not doing the most healing. If not, arguably one of the worst healers. Maybe even worse to a Holy Priest. I'm going to put Holy Priest in D tier. It suffers the same issue as Disc. It can get easily punished on position. And H-Bala suffers the same as Disc as well. But... But bubbling to sack an orb usually results in your death permanently for the next couple of minutes. You know? Usually results in your death for the next couple of minutes. Sack is rough, yeah. So, I think H-Bala is just a little bit higher than Holy Priest because it's doing a little bit better in Arena. But, so it's doing a little bit more, but yeah, these two are just not good. You don't want to see these in your BG Blitz. You don't want to see these two. Okay, MM Hunter. I'm pretty sure it's A tier. It has stealth. It's doing good damage. I think I need to organize this a little bit better. Is it better than Ellie though? I think it can be better than Ellie because stealth, just turning up into stealth, pressing all your cooldowns to one-shot someone is a bit more valuable than Ellie damage, right? And Ellie, like I said, falls prey to Mistweaver, which we're on to next. Be careful of it, Tom Cupid. But like, MM is looking decent in Arena, from what I can see. It's rated quite highly by some Arena players. Good versus mages? Yeah, it'd be good versus mages. But it's just the ability to do good damage, right? When it turns up to like an objective. It has trap, so it can do base maps really well. One shot in FTs. Can do a lot. Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. I'm just thinking if it's like this. Or even like this, to be honest. I think this is better, right? Jungle's gonna be crazy. It is. MM jungle is gonna be a little bit crazy, aye. So, yeah, it's really good. It can do a lot. It has a lot of impact, MM Hunter. And with it being the high damage Hunter spec, just turning up to the right objective, killing people and then leaving, it's powerful. It never leaves team fight, but it can do more than that, right? It can do more than that, but where are the dragons? Wait, where are the dragons? Oh, no way, they're not on this list? Hey, yo. What the hell? I was looking for the dragons. What the fuck? Spec RBG tier list, that's where I clicked. I'll have to, like, picture them in. I'll just, like, add it to, like, a little thingy here, dude. Don't worry about it. I didn't see what the hell? I didn't see that. My bad. Okay, Mistweaver. It's S+. Everybody knows it. I didn't see that, Chris. I'm not very good at this tier list stuff. Hello. Hold on. Is that the right one? Class tier list? Has it got dragons in this one? It has. Okay. Wait. Let me just organize it again. What the fuck was that about? Let me just organize this again, huh? Wait. Let me just organize it. So everybody can be happy with it so I can take a screenshot, right? I just reorganized it, bro. Good spot, dude. Good spot. Mistweaver best FC. I mean, yeah, Mistweaver is like up here, right? Mistweaver has like crazy good FC potential, healing output, mobility, just a good healing toolkit with revival, has immunities to help people. Like, the recoverability of a Mistweaver when it just turns up to a base is cracked. Yeah, Mistweaver is just overall, like, way too good. Where's Boomkin? Hold on, I haven't put Boomkin in yet. I haven't done Boomkin yet, bro. I'm just refixing my tier list here, so we're on the right one. Ellie's here. Half is here. Dash was here. Arcane's here. Yeah, I'm just fixing it now and then I'll put it back up, right? Wait. Demo. Enhancement. Fire Mage. Holy Priest. I think that's about right. That's where we were at, right? I think that's where we're at, right? So like I said, with Mistweaver, it just has everything. Everything you could want for a BG toolkit, you know? Nerf revival, yeah, it needs nerf. Honestly, like this spec is like one of the reasons why RPGs change so much, dude. Nah, Mystery was trash. Buff, please. Nah, I mean, they're bad in arena because they're susceptible, right? But yeah, exactly. They're hard to balance because they're so good in Blitz. I'm trolling. Yeah, I was gonna say, well, they just have like the complete kit for BGs, you know, for all those objective games. You turn up, you top 2 people, right? You use buttons, then you can leave again. You know, that like is invaluable, really. Revivals, the save potential. Okay, even if you turn up to a base late, you know, in low HP, you like turn up revival cocoon one, and you top them both. Exactly. That's revival, yes. It's your pizza shop being closed. Okay, Prot Warrior. I think it's just kind of down here. Does nothing really. Bad FC. Has a bit of mobility, I guess. Does a bit of damage. But I don't think it's susceptible again. Capped on. You just kind of turn up to it. You like blind. Okay, triggers, kidneys it. Me and Danny gonna prove you wrong, really? I think Prot Warrior just sucks. From what I've seen, it just sucks. I faced an absolute unit on Mystery last night. Used Revival to immune my grip. Mid-air on an FC map. Yeah, that's good. Good. Can spin a flag. Can it really? But you can get capped on. Or anyone can spin. True. But then what does it do on Temple? What does it do on Silver Shard? Yeah, I know. Exactly. Mobility just abuses C-axis. Mystery is too good, dude. Yeah, you mean Ravager? You mean, yeah, but then he has the pre-it, dude. Beta Tierlist or pre-patch? Beta, BG Blitz to a level 80 for beta, dude. For like, what within? Yeah, I mean, maybe I could rate it a little bit higher, but I don't think it's that good. I think it's going to be quite bad, to be honest. Okay, Sub-Rogue. What's performing better? I think Sub-Rogue has to be the top then, right? Because he's performing better than Asa. It's fine to put it in E, but me and Danny will show you why it's B. Okay. Can't wait. I haven't seen enough of it. Not heard anything either. You know, so, and especially because it hasn't been played in such a long time as well. In like a BG setting, it's hard to like know, right? But Sub speaks for itself. Utility. Just the, oh my god, my door's going. Wait. DHZ here, what the fuck? 1 minute, I gotta get the door. Right, okay, cool. Alright, I have to grab the door. Otherwise you're a fraud? God? True. No. I mean, yeah, Sub-Rogue speaks for itself, right? Everybody knows about Sub-Rogue. It just has utility, good damage. The stealth is OP, like I've said several times now, I guess. Yeah, it's just crazy. Sub-Rogue is crazy. And in the right hands, it can do so much. It can stall base it. It just has so much impact because of the amount of utility it has. So, yeah, it's definitely the best class in RPGs. Without fail. Okay, Outlaw. How's the Outlaw looking? It's probably it. I kind of want to put it in B because it has stealth and it has CC. But it doesn't do as good as these. Oh, it's not D tier. It's not performing as well in Arena as well, so it does rate it lower. But it's a rogue, so it's S plus. I can put it with S, I guess. I can put it like here, I guess. Right? Because it's not as impactful as Astro Sub. But it's like a feral, if it's like a feral or Residue, it still has impact, right? Does it still have blind and lower CD? I don't think it does. It's going to be really good. It doesn't do as much damage as these two, right? So that's why maybe I rate it like here. Or even like here. Because it still has stealth, right? It still has a lot of utility. Yeah, it's true, Trixie. It's true. I think it has to go here then, right? Was this the tier list, Dirks? It's a tier list, bro. For BG Blitz for next expansion. Caught. It's below Blood. I mean, Blood TK is OP, bro. Everybody knows Blood TK is OP. Everybody's watched my stream. No, because Outlaw has stealth, bro. Outlaw has stealth. It's not as powerful as these two, but it still has stealth. It has blind. It can take bases really easily. I think... I'm just trying to think. It doesn't provide as much as these two. Like, Scarrow, Silence, Team Fighter ability is OP. All the utility of Sub is OP. Outlaw just has a little bit less impact when it comes to doing damage and stuff, right? But it's still good because of stealth. So I think I'm going to put it in S, but low S. Or maybe high A, maybe. Maybe it's like a high A. Maybe it's like here. I don't think I'm trolling. It's more A than S? Yeah, I think I'm going to put it here, dude. I think I'm going to put it here. I think it's here, right? It still has a good impact because it's a rogue. And it's like the rogue toolkit. But it's definitely not as good as these two. Right, survival. It's a hunter, so it has stealth, it can ink a base, has impact. But doesn't do much else outside of that. Temple is whatever. It just does some little damage. Unless survival's doing really good in arena, but I don't think it is, right? It's middle of the pack, right? It's low mid. For that, then, I think it's going low B. Yeah, it's a low B. It's a low B. It's doing really good. Why is everybody rated it so low, then? Is it because they've not seen enough of it? But everybody's rating it so low. So, like, the damage profile must not be there, right? Sure, it has a bit of impact with some CC and stuff. You can turn up to a base in that. But, like, it's not that good, though. Maybe to pick yeah, I mean, he's been playing it for seasons, right? But for the average, I guess, and just like the amount of impact, if you go to a base, you're not going to do much apart from like, if you can ink it, ninja it quickly, cool. It's good. That's but like, MM can do the same thing, right? With more damage. He said he wasn't sure between MM and survival. Definitely for BG saying I think MM is 100% better, right? It's a ranged DPS that can like just 100 OU basically. Well, maybe not even 100 OU, but it'll do a lot of damage. So it has a lot of like instant impact, which is good. Absolutely, Kelly. Absolutely. Survival as DR? Yeah, I know, but like again, it's not... If you see a survival hunter turn up to the base, you're gonna go, okay, it's gonna do some damage, but you have time to react. Whereas MM turns up to a base, so MM becomes, say for instance, Temple, you just 100-0 an orb. Survival's not gonna do that, right? So it has lower impact in terms of like killing people, but it still has good impact because it has a little bit of utility. So that's why I'm gonna put it in like a B tier. It doesn't have as much impact as like a Frosty K or like, holy moly. Let me turn that down. Doesn't have as much impact as like any of these classes, to be honest. You're not going to want a survival over like a Frost Mage Fury Warrior. No. No, it's B tier. Absolutely. Absolutely is B tier. Vengeance. Yeah, they build up, yeah, but like that time for it to build up, it has like that's time that people can help recover, you know? Or turn up and like match you. If I had to turn up, but what I'm saying is Guardian has more impact in the sense of it can assist rogues really well. Maybe Hunters could do the same. Maybe a Hunter's better than Guardian. But then again, yeah, you would want to heal the Guardian anyway, right? You would want to heal the Guardian if he's spinning the base. If you keep him up, then he spins it, right? If your base is like 3 people. Frosty Gaze not doing the same damage as like any of these, and it's not as tanky as Blood, so it has less objective impact. If it was killing people, it'd be S tier. Maybe you're right, son. Go on then. Right, okay. Vengeance. I've not seen... Has anybody heard much about Vengeance? I haven't really heard much about it. It's probably good for FC map, good for base map, dogshit in Temple, awful in Silver Shard, right? Everybody's so biased on their own spec. No, I think, like, when you see me get to Unholy, Unholy's gonna be, like... If I was to put Unholy, it'd be, like, here. I know it's a DPS DK with good utility. Even, like, maybe, like, here. But, like, it's, like, a toss-up between Afi and DK for me. I'm definitely not biased. I know DK's... When DK does damage in RPGs, it's always picked up because it just has... too good utility. With DPS, it's like exactly what you want. Right? For a DK. It's too good. Venge. I don't see Frost being that bad. It's not bad, but it's definitely the worst out of the DK specs, to be honest. Because if otherwise you would just do this. Right? That's exactly what would happen here. It's good, but it doesn't... Because it's not doing as much DPS. It's just lower impact, right? If it was killing... if you were doing more damage, then it would go up, you know? Give her an A tier. Nah, because I think it's worth... When you think of it, if it's just doing no damage, then you just want to be an objective bot, right? Where you're slowing people. That's what happened with the Chinese team, right? They played Frost DK last expansion, Dragonflight Season 3, where Frost wasn't doing the craziest damage. So they played it as their objective class, where they played like the root talent with chains and stuff, right? And it was just a full-on objective class, so it did nothing. But then you could do that. They changed that then later into the season where they just played Blood instead because it was tankier doing the same role. Do you get what I mean? As for Vengeance, it's good for base map. It has a good mobility. I don't think it's as tanky as Guardian, no. It's good FC map. Warsong and Twin Peaks. But then Silver Shard and Temple, it's not good. It's not good, really. So I think I'm going to put it here alongside the Guardian. I think it's about right what it is. He's better. Nah, not really. They got they have the same shortfall. They both suck on Temple. They both stuck on. They both suck on Temple. They both suck on Silver Shard. I mean, maybe it's better on Silver Shard, so maybe you do this because it has a bit more mobility. But that's about it. These two are basically equal in my eyes. This is probably better on an FC map, sure. So yeah, probably you put it like this. Yeah, probably. Numbers aren't too bad? Yeah, I know the numbers aren't too bad, right, Blux? I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is just like... If you're hitting 1 million obliterates into people with 7 million HP, you're not killing them quickly, are you? You're not kind of like farming them. I mean, sure, you could turn up and have a bit more impact, but time to roll Pro Warrior? Absolutely bad. Absolutely. I think Pro Warrior is just completely in the bin. Boomy. Do I want to put it high S or S plus? Boomy has always been the king of like range DPS for BGs because the utility, RPLs, objectiveness, but it's also not doing so well. But then again, actually, yeah, no, it is S plus. I'm trolling. It is S plus because I played with the Boomy earlier in Blitz today and it was pumping. Zeke 6-0 in 2-4 MMR lobbies, but Zeke's a king. Zeke's a king, bruv. Just for my... Even when I played Frost Shuffles and stuff, I get better performance out of Unholy than I do Frost, right? And I was enjoying Frost a lot. But yeah, Boomy's crazy. Boomy does crazy good teamfight damage. Starfall's pumping, has all the utility you need. It's just S+. Is it better than DH? I think it's better. I think it's like this. I think it's like this. Yeah, Boomy just has like a really good utility kit, stealth, off heals, good CC. So you can get bases, you can assist the rogues. Does really good team fight damage if you need it to do team fight damage. It's just generally OP. It's S+, it's S+. No doubt about it. Okay. Dev. Dev is pumping, actually. I think it's better than Ellie. I think it just goes here. It's a really high DPS class. It doesn't have stealth, so it can only do teamfight stuff. And it's not in the god tier of DPS like Frostmage and Fury Warrior, right? It's not in the god tier. So I think it goes here above Ellie because it's doing good damage. Right? Has, you know, hover, it has a bit of mobility so it can move. Has a good... Does everything better? Well, than Ellie? Yeah, probably. Unless you mean better than these two. Which I'm not so sure about. I mean, Boomy? Yeah, Boomy is like insane. Boomy's insane. How Fury got S tier? Because it's like the best melee. So it just turns up and kills people. It's not very good objectively, but it just turns up and kills people. These two are like the best DPS classes in More Within right now. So I've just rated them highly because they just turn up and they just kill people. You know, you put them on a base, okay, you're like, their like DPS are gonna die really quickly. So giving you that freedom to move around the map then, right? Because when you kill people, it also enables your team to move as well. So that impact is also good. And then you can snowball bases, right? It's not all about just like being objectively mindseted and stuff. If you can like help your team move, then that builds... Yeah, they did trick pulls. You can't queue them on pre-patch anymore. But yeah, I think Dev is A tier. Here, Org. Probably... It's doing good in Arena, right? Yeah, it's the C tier for me. It's low impact. It doesn't really do much. You're spread across the map anyway. Yeah. It's not really that impactful, I think. Not seeing much from it. It's not really doing well in Arena, by the looks of things. I think Org. Boomy better than DH? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think DH is a little bit weak in terms of, like, how it's performing, like, damage-wise. But DH has insanely good utility still, and in the right hands, it'd be really good. But I feel like Boomy is just everything better than a DH with stealth. It has off heals, it can heal itself, it's relatively tanky, so it could stall. It has good CC, so it can help bases. So, yeah, I think it's just relatively better than DH. But they both perform the same sort of roles, right? They're both really tanky objective classes. And obviously DH is to see stealth, but you have stealth, right? And having stealth is a bit more valuable than being able to see them. Also. Because having stealth means you're proactive. Seeing stealth also means you're reactive, right? Okay, we need to react to this. Whereas having stealth, okay, we can do this play because we have 1, 2, 3 in stealth. We can do this. Do you get what I mean? And it's also doing really good teamfight damage. I had like a game with it earlier where it was like pumping. So yeah, I think Boomy for BG Blitz is definitely better than DH. No questions asked. In the right hands, you definitely want like a King Boomy over a King DH, I think. You want both, ideally. Like, if you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in your BG Blitz, you'd be like rubbing your hands like, this is so good. But what was I on? I was on Org, right? I think Org just is kind of low impact, right? It's not... If it was like the best Dragon spec, I'd still think it would still be like B-tops, to be honest. It's... Yeah. It's not the right damage profile for
Every
BGs,
now and
right?
then you want to knock it up a notch with a blast from your spice
Clone needs a
weasel.
CD, yeah, Clone's a bit broken, especially in a BG setting. And even Clone team fight is so good, especially with 2 healers. Does this Tierlist work for Arena? No, this is a BG one. This is a for like the new solo BGs that are coming out. This won't be an Arena one because some of these classes, like Fury Warrior, Feral, Frost Mage, are way better in Arena than they are in a Battleground setting. So this is more for your Battleground setting. So there are some other tier lists that people have put out. More for Arena players. That like multi AWC, etc. I'm just giving my BG one because I'm a Battleground player, I guess. Prez. I think it's better than Mistweaver. I think it's better than Mistweaver. It can FC. It does crazy HPS. I've seen it in a BG earlier. Completely like gapping all 3 healers. It's just insane. Fury's S because of his damage. Exactly, Jay. Yeah. So, not having like good objective like abilities like, I don't know, DH to be able to see sight, react, mobility, Boomy with clone off heals means it has to be lower, right? But these two enable your team to be able to play on other bases more, or be able to play those objectives because you can like... Warriors 1v1 bad though, but if you go 2v2 to a base, or 2v3, your warrior could still kill the enemy team, right? It does so much damage. Or it's the same as Frost Mage, right? If it gets like some damage out in a 2v2, it's more likely to win that 2v2 than lose it, right? So enabling your team to be able to go other places on the map by doing good damage is like good. Or if your team turn up to your base, you know you're going to win that base really quickly. It's just having objective pressure, where the, like, these two are like 2v2, like, if I was to show you, I guess, right? No, I don't think it does bad damage. I've seen it without Death Wish and it's doing good damage. If I was to create a raid plan for you, right? So if I was to do... AB is always a good example of this. So, you do your warrior here with 1 healer versus, let's say, what have I got low? Let's do, like, a shaman. Okay, let's... If I do like Prez here, right? So this is like us two. So we're like Prez warrior into like Ellie, I don't know, Hana, and like like Holy Kala, right? I give you 9 times out of 10, these two will win this. You know? These two will probably all get pressure at least. You'll kill like something here with the warrior doing damage. And as if your DH turns up late. Like so. Or he turns up late. Then this 3 is gonna farm this 3 very easily, right? That's why Fury Warrior gets so much pressure. Would you say the face of the RPG community? I wouldn't say so, no. Surprise Elias A is really strong right now. It's really good in terms of doing damage. It's not as good as Frost Mage or Fury Warrior. And then it suffers the same traits of these two where they only want to be doing kind of damage, right? They don't want to be... For instance, you don't want your early Shaman. I take my Shaman here, right? If you was to do this, with first as a DH, and then you had your... Like so, your Ellie's just going to lose, right? Your Ellie's just going to go, dead. Now I'll put like a skull emoji next to him. Dead, right? It's going to lose this to a DH, right? Even though it's really good. So that means Ellie needs to be basically suited with a healer. It can't play on its own, right? So that's why it's less, because it's not doing as good damage as like Fury Warriors or Frost Mages. But it's still good because it is doing good. Do you get what I mean? Because BGs are multifaceted. There's like loads of layers to them. Right? That's why like certain classes, you could see like DH, Boomy. For instance now, right? If I was to have a DH here, right? So they're 3v3ing right now, no problem. And there's a Boomy here. You know, I'll do like my Mistweaver here with like a DK or something. And you see the Boomy, he's like 1v1 in the Boomy. And the next thing now, my DH sees this DH coming GM. Like so. Obviously, that our DH can also follow, right? That's why these other classes, like you see here, have so much potential over like Ellies or even like Hunters and stuff, because they can like do a lot more on the map, right? So they can move, they can shift their impact a lot. So that's the key differential here, right? If, for instance, now you see this DH moving here, and then you had your Shaman follow, I'd be inclined to believe that the DH Boomy should beat the Ellie Boomy, you know? In terms of this, if you have to think of like this sort of matchup, this should lose, right? 9 times out of 10. Unless there's a big skill gap, obviously. If they had to follow and stuff, right? Do you know what I mean? That's why Ellie's lower rated more than anything. Okay. Rep Pally. So, Rep Pally is really good utility. But I don't think it's doing that good in Arena, right? It's rated kind of low. It's rated like survival, right? But it does have a lot of utility. It's really good. I think it's going to go like a high B, I think, for me. High B. It's not doing crazy by the looks of things. I haven't seen much of it in beta either, in shuffles. But it has good utility. It has bubble, it has bob, it has lay on hands. There's a lot of support for your allies, right? So it can do like a lot of objectives, like I can show here. Like if you have a Ret here, right? It can do a lot here, right? It has a lot to support the Boomkin and stuff. And sometimes you can win matchups like this. Sending 2 good. Yeah. I think the thing is, though, you don't want to 3v3 too much in Blitz. To be honest, you don't want to 3v3 too much in Blitz. Because when you 3v3, if you do this, for instance, 3v3s. If I just did this, right? That leaves, like, 2 players elsewhere on the map, right? Then what can happen is, and what tends to happen, let me just keep the DH back here. Say, for instance, you 2 stall here, like that. The Hunter turns up here, you 2v1s, and then these guys then can go from here. And then, like, 3v1, like, they can go, like, 3v1 him and stuff like that. That's why it's too much to invest 6 players for 2 bases. It's too bad to invest 6 players for 2 bases, because, like, you lose too much match pressure around the rest of the map. So, as I was saying with Ret, I think Ret is really good utility-wise. Maybe it's like, it's in a, I think it's better than Arms. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to slightly change it up a little bit. I'm going to put Arms a little bit lower on the tier list, because it doesn't have the utility of these classes. So, yeah. We can't queue Blitz on retail, basically. So, Prop Pally, I think it stinks. Everybody's saying it's bad as well. Yeah, it's just going there. Shadow Priest. Probably here. Low impact, just does damage. He's susceptible to Mistweaver. Maybe even lower, actually. I think it's even lower. I think SP is like a C tier. It has bad mobility. But then it can... I'm not even sure if it's good. Searing Light Cap, though. Really? Maybe he's good. I think I've not seen much or heard much about Shadow Priest other than it does really good damage. It doesn't feel crazy tanky, so it's not going to be that good objectively. And it suffers the same fate versus like Mistweaver, which is really good, that it gets everything dispelled. Yeah, I mean, I've been like... Ace has been like turning up to my bases, right? Or whatever, and I just 1v1 him as well. It's pre-patch, right? I'm talking more war within stuff, I guess. I don't think SP's that crazy tanky, and it doesn't have a lot of utility, so it's just going to be Maybe it's a high C, I think. What role does Feral play? It's mainly team fight, right? But it has stealth, right? So stealth is really OP for handling objectives. You can flex a lot. Is the reason why Feral is so good. It's also one of the god tier D8 DPSs right now. So it'd be really impactful. It turns up, presses CDs and kills people. But it's going to... It's not as impactful as these lot. Because it has less utility. You know? But it's definitely really good. That's why it's like high S tier, you know? Does BOBYDK Blitz give title amount? Gives a title, not amount. J-Deck. And how you doing, big man? You all good? Because like Feral Primal Wrath is underwhelming now for AoE. But you have to manually spread bleeds, I feel. Yeah, but you can still kill people, right? You still have a lot of single target pressure. You just bite them. Like, you turn up to a fight, you can like stun one healer, do big pressure on him, or you turn up to an off objective and you still do big damage. It's just with stealth, the OP thing is the ability to pick where you have impact. That's why it's so good. You get what I'm saying? So if I just show you here, for instance, right? If I just match people, so I just go healer here, we'll do DK and then do a DK here, for instance, and then we do like healer DH versus like healer DH, right? Just for argument's sake, right? And then you're the Feral, and you wanted to pick, you could pick either base. You could go, okay, say for instance this guy has no trinket, right? You could come here and then open and pick your fight, right? Or this guy has no CDs. You can pick here with, because you have stealth, while leaving this base free, is what makes Feral so good, right? Let alone then you could just turn up, you could just even go GM, and like say for instance it's like, I don't know, let's just do like, I don't know, Dev, Hunter versus like Boomy, Rogue. You could, because you have stealth, you could pick whatever you need to go. And they can't, you just turn up and then you just overload it, take these two out, and then you enable 3 people to go do whatever. Yeah, absolutely. You would 100%, if he was like here, if I just swapped it, you would want a Rogue, ideally. Yeah, so ideally, you want the Rogue here, doing this sort of thing. So Feral is like a worse version of a Rogue, effectively, right, without so much utility, right? You could, if you turned up here now as a Rogue, against these 2 players, it's going to have more impact than the Feral is, right? But it's not going to say the Feral doesn't have impact. This is the best way I can show you why things are rated so highly. It's because if the guy turns up with stealth now, obviously we can click our frames and stuff, but we can't see him. He can turn up here because the guy has no trinket. You can turn up here because the guy has no trinket. You can turn up here because he just thinks he can overload it. Nice to explain it, no spread. But this is why classes are rated differently in BGs to Arena, is where they can provide impact, right? Or he can just sit here, or even the Rogue can turn up here, right? Because this base is ticking over, and then there's nobody here, and he just takes it for free, right? You can pick and choose where you need to be. That's what makes stealth so OP. And that's why DH is also really good. So DH can sit here, okay, use his eyes. I'll just use a different color just to do that. For instance, okay, he uses his eyes. See, say for instance, now the Rogue is turning up LM. Our DH then can follow him to LM, right? To counteract the impact. That's why DH is rated highly. But this is just a worse way. Exactly, Arnold. Exactly, right? I'm going to main Feral. I wanted to see if I needed to do prior team fights or prior in-game bases and healing. Feral needs to be flexible, really, bro. Feral can be flexible, right? Just because you have a leader, right, doesn't mean the lead is always correct. If you see an opportunity, and I think I'm going to make a video on this, or I want to, where I release like a quick tip on yeah, I mean, I know BGs, right, Nazi? I know BGs, right? So I know the power of a DH. And I'm just explaining the DH power here, right? So if we see the Rogue go into LM, right, and our DH eyes it and sees it, that gives him impact. It gives him the way to like counteract this, right? So then we can make it a 3v3. Can I recap balance be an S tier? Balance is just has so much utility, basically, bro. It has clone, it has off heals, it's tanky, can stall objectives. Stealth is OP, and I was just explaining why stealth is OP, right? Because it's the ability to pick and choose where you can go on the map. It's like, if I'm with someone near me, we can 2-man ink a base. I'm gonna call it to the leader and make sure it's okay. Yeah, absolutely. So I just do it. I mean, you can do it, but like, what you need to do is when you're inking a base, you need to always, if I just use an example here quickly, you always need to click, you have your battleground enemies, I'm just gonna draw it quickly. You just need to kind of do a quick go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that you could say, for instance, now, you wanna, say for instance, you wanna, it's gonna be, I don't know, what's sitting? What's a bad defender? Shaman, for instance, right? There's the Shaman defending, right? Okay, and you're the rogue, druid inking this base, right? You click here, you see nothing here. You see everybody else on the map. Yes, obviously you should do this play. You should do this play, right? Because, you know, say for instance, like, the rogue is here. You go, like, dude, it's just a Shaman sitting, you know? But it's just having that presence of mind to see what you could do, right? And then you tell your rogue, UCC I cap, for instance. Feral weakness is rogue, no? Rogue will always cap a feral? Absolutely. Rogue will always cap a feral. That's why rogue is higher rated than feral. But feral is just a worse version of a rogue with a bit more damage. Where did priest end up? Priest ended up on A tier, disc. It suffers with the ability, with getting caught out of position. It's very slowable and like can be like put in prison basically, and like it doesn't have the same. It has good HPS, which is why it's rated better than like Disc and Holy, and it'll be higher rated than Resto Shaman. They need to give Disc mobility, but it had like it just. That's his only issue, right? It can get caught out, alright? It can get caught out, basically. So that's why Disc is A, dude. Yeah, exactly, Sane. Exactly, right? So that's why we're like... Why mobility is so important. That's why a lot of these classes, having stealth, having mobility, get rated higher, right? It's just the ability to abuse, like, how big maps are. For instance, like, DHs, say, for instance, or, like, even if I do a Mistweaver. Say, for instance, now, let's use DH from the enemy team, right? And I'll just draw it for you quickly, right? So the DH decides he wants to go GM because he feels like he can get more impact here, right? And there's already... Let's do DH Boomy versus Boomy DH, right? This is the best way I can show you, right? So this DH wants to get more impact here because he feels like he can overload this objective by 3v2ing it, right? Your Mistweaver then, I'll just use blue because he's Alliance. Your Mistweaver can follow it very quickly, just as much as the DH can across the map, you know? Arshaman is worse than H-Fella? I don't think so. I think it's going to be better than H-Fella. It still suffers the same fate, in terms of it's very squishy. But it does more healing. Right? So it's not going to be high impact, it's just a healer. So it's going to be better than H-Fella, but it's just a healer that's just going to heal and get caught out, basically. It has a bit of mobility, so maybe it's a little bit higher. With Ghost Wolf and stuff. But it can very easily kill a Resto Shaman, I think. How is Brewmaster so high? It's really tanky, really good on FC maps. It can spin while CC'd, Sarah. So, it's not as good as Blood DK because it's not so good on Silver Shard. But the other maps, it's like equal to a Blood DK. Give it a huge Angel Wings and 400% flying speed, no shot. But, again, like if I just show you now, it's why Disc is rated so low. If this was a Disc Priest, not so low, but lower. If this is a Priest, this guy is not following this guy as quickly, you know? I said Survival A tier? Nah, it's not doing as much as MM, bro. No shot. It doesn't have the same impact turning up to a base. Right, it can CC cap, sure. Yeah, stealth is good. But it's not going to be... It's not going to provide that instant impact that MM does, you know? Nah, but it's not just about tools, right? It's just about... Having impact is not always about having many tools, right? And I'll just explain that here, right? For instance. Okay, so we have... DH healer here against healer... let's say DK, right? Let's say DK. Right, Johanna, right? It's not going to be as... It doesn't have as much as, but he can turn up here, take these two out. It's all about this, right? Take these two out and then win the base, right? Yeah, so that's why MM is better. It's like survival's not gonna have this instant impact. You know? Backstreet Boys looking motherfucker. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. The 90s what called. They want the hairstyle back, right? Dev, right? I think Dev just does a lot of damage, dude. Yeah, the 90s want the hairstyle back, bro. Hello? I even got some 90s jackets. You wanna see them? Let's see if I can get one of them out, is it? What we saying, bro? What we saying? You don't like this one or what? Epic? Yeah. What we saying? Hey, Nick Carter's got nothing on me. I'm like the 2024 version. Fuck, I couldn't speak then. Oh, what we saying about this jacket, eh, bro? You don't like it? Damn, looking good. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Oh. I guess my guy just left, right? He just blamed me and left. Nice. Love that for him. More like PG and Duncan. Holy fuck. No, actually, I tell you what I actually look like. It's fucking from Kevin and Perry, bro. I look like I'm out with Kevin and Perry. Fucking soft. Imagine trying to flame someone's haircut like on Twitch chat. Right, where was I? I was saying Resto Chamber, right? Nice Lev. Dev or Ret. I think Ret is performing badly damage-wise. Bean. But I think it has good utility, right? Talking like a G? Absolutely, G. I don't give a fuck. This guy's a fucking sausage, like. I think Dev has more impact because it can do a lot of good teamfight pressure, right? And killing people is an impactful, like, element of BGs. More so than Ret, right? I know Ret has, like, really good utility around the map and stuff. But I feel like Dev can just do better. Windwalker, I actually saw a Windwalker today that actually did really good damage. But all it does is teamfight damage. So for that, it's just going to go above arms. It's just going to go above arms. It's not going to be that crazy. But it did do good teamfight damage. That new Whirling Dragon Punch was actually crazy, dude. So what you're saying is if you don't play Rogue, Boomy, or DH, don't queue? No. What does Fury have? It has a lot. It just has more damage than any of these. It just kind of kills them harder. It's like the best melee in War Within, dude. Have you played in the H-Falla? Yeah, when I played Shuffle, the H-Falla died within 30 seconds. Every round. I even made two quit because I killed them. I'm going based off like what I've seen from beta and stuff. And like what I just seen from like having Blitz games now. So Fury Warrior just has unhealable damage. It just kind of kills everything. It's insane. Same as Frost Mage, right? DK has really good teamfight damage. Like I showcased earlier. I literally had a Blitz earlier where I like